everyone. This is a quick re-recording I'm doing for the intro of this video. So this is Unknown Developer. Hello and welcome. Basically, this series is looking at and summarizing all the information we have about this weird sort of, or it's known as an ARG, which is an ARG, augmented reality game. And it's just a little weird thing, I guess, that people are trying to solve, and I thought I would summarize them. This game we're going to look at today is Hypno-467767. We'll look at it. Now, I'm re-recording this intro because I originally looked at a playthrough and went through the playthrough. But now, after thinking about it, I've decided that watching playthroughs of the game is probably a bit counterproductive. I think you should be going and playing the game yourself, testing out the game, and doing that. So what I'm going to do at the start of each video, the previous ones I watched a playthrough and sort of commentate over it. From now on, I'm going to get you to go, I'm going to remind you, hey, here's the download link, go play the game yourself, give it a test, see what you can find yourself, and then we'll come back and we'll go through and look at all the information we have and kind of piece it together a bit. And then look at what's been uncovered in the files and stuff. So go play Hypno-467767. The game link is in the description. As is the Unknown Developer's own page, as well as the wiki that we have for the game, which has the majority of the information that we have in one neat place. So they're in the description of each video. So every video from this point forward, I'm not going to watch a playthrough. I'm just going to tell you, hey, go play the game yourself, and I'll give a quick brief rundown, and then we'll move straight into looking at the information. So this one is sort of a hypnosis sort of thing. Hypnosis sort of therapy thing, I guess. I do recommend you go through, you follow the directions, you kind of give it a go and read the information that comes up at the end and stuff. So just kind of explore it a bit yourself, and then we'll move into what the game gives us and what we have uncovered about the game. So yep, go play the game and then come back. Okay, as usual, first thing we're going to look at is the actual thumbnail for the game, which is the symbol you see in the background, so the weird star sort of ball. Hypno-467767. The description is confidential in square brackets, as you usually see with like redacted and stuff like that, and it's for the Windows platform, no genre. So if we have a look at the actual game, the banner actually sort of looks hypnotise-y, you know, like the Hypnotoad from Futurama, that kind of thing. Looks actually kind of weird lines. So Hypno-467767, confidential in square brackets again. This is a horror. Please make sure that the patient is wearing a pair of headphones, which is actually seems to be boldened. It looks like it's boldened, so it looks like it's a bit darker and everything else. In order to the results, any patient showing signs of must be cleared out after the 467767 treatment. Do not make use of the 467767 if the patient has been previously, or if she's in a relationship with other inmates. During the treatment period, always refer to the term horror as explained in the attachment 467767-1B. Remember, the most important of the treatment 467767 is the patient's unawareness, doctor, someone. So yeah, that's the description. It's like a legitimate file with information that's been redacted, so that's kind of cool. This screenshot is simply the background image, which is interesting, so you have no UD little quip on the side this time. Again, we have the Unknown Developer's apparel store, which we'll take a look at some point. And underneath, we have another letter, which I'm going to zoom in on. And it is the letter O. So we'll add that. We have had T, H, E, S, T, and now O. So that's 6 letters, one for each game. So let's have a look at the more information now, since there isn't much else there. So December 22nd, 2017 was when it was last updated, along with all the other ones. March 9th, 2017 was the release date. It is a release game on the Windows by Unknown Developer, obviously. The average session is a few minutes, which is true. It takes about 4 minutes for you to do the little hypnotise session. Language in English, obviously. Input's keyboard, that is the only input there is. And it's colorblind friendly and high contrast, which I suppose is the same as all the other ones, which are very green and black. So yeah, same color scheme as all the others, therefore it is the same accessibility as all the others. And yeah, so that's that one. That's all the information. If we have a look at the tags, though, we have 2D, yep, atmospheric, yep, binaural, okay, dark, erotic, experimental, horror, mind-bending, spooky, and weird. So again, we have two weird ones, which are binaural and mind-bending. I guess it is kind of mind-bending in a way, and we'll find out what binaural means very shortly. Now, there are two non-stickied unknown developer posts on this game. Seed in My Head is the first one. So I played Hypno-467767. It's a listening game like Don't Play This Game, but apparently they planted a seed in my head. It's going to be a nightmare tonight. Well, you'll have to see him sleep tonight. We'll post later. And there's a few people commenting. Nobody had weird dreams. So again, this is just confirming that there's no real jump scare if you go to bed. You don't get a nightmare. Hi, not sure how to message the creator of these games, but if he's reading firstly, thanks. I had a couple of problems downloading this, so this guy just says, had problems downloading but found solution. Just a bit of a weird... Then he seems to have had issues with other games as well, so I don't know. That one's just like a, hey, haha, can you help me figure out how to download it? Oh, never mind, I did it myself. So a bit of a weird post, but he's kept that one, So now we'll have a look at the download of the game. So again, this one is a $2 suggested buy. Hypno467767.exe, 15 megabytes on March 14th, 2017, which is different to the March 9th one where the game was uploaded on March 9th, but this download was uploaded March 14th. So that's a bit weird. Here we go. Download, install, instructions, run file, hypno-467767.exe equals play. Headphones on equals true. There we go. So that's a bit interesting. And the icon for the game, which I've neglected to mention a few times now, but I will mention right now, because, probably best to mention it. I did show it in the other ones, but for this one, it appears to be... I actually need to make it extra large. It appears to be... It just says Hypno-467767. Hypno dash on top, 467767 on the bottom. Anyway, we'll have a look at now what we have found in the game, since that is everything that the game has to offer that UD's given us about the game. Okay, so as we discovered with a previous game, 467767, which was Don't Play This Game, as we discovered in Don't Play This Game, if we use a T9 cipher, which I'll show you the results again, it comes out as horror, which is one of three legitimate words that can be translated for 467767, and this game kind of confirms that with the words horror treatment and the term horror being used and stuff like that. So while there were three words that could have fit in the T9 cipher from Don't Play This Game, this game has now essentially confirmed that by using the term horror in the game itself, or in the description of the game anyway. So we assumed it was horror from Don't Play This Game because it was really the only word that made any sense in terms of what we were experiencing, but this game has confirmed that 467767 using the T9 cipher does translate to horror, and that is what we're looking at. Now, as we discovered in the tags for the game, one of the tags was binaural, and someone has obviously looked up what binaural is, and it refers to binaural beats. Now, I'm just going to read from the Wikipedia here, the first paragraph, basically. A binaural beat is an auditory illusion perceived when two different pure tone sine waves, both with frequencies lower than 1500 Hz, with less than a 40 Hz difference between them, are presented to a listener through, or dichotically. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Dichotically. So that so a dichotomy, for example, is two different parts. So one for each ear in this case. So the audio here is presented audio one for each ear. So you get some audio in one ear and then you get some different audio essentially in the other ear. That's what binaural beats is, and in this case binaural does fit. If you play the game or listen to that playthrough, or listen to the audio I'm going to play later with headphones on, you will notice the movement to both ears. So binaural does fit with the game. It's just a bit of a weird tag to put in, and basically it has been confirmed that they are binaural beats. So we're going to now, I'm going to go through the transcript for this game. So I'm going to reread what the transcript was for the talking. And yeah, we'll just do that. So close your eyes, shut your mouth, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm here with you. Clench your fists, hold your breath, count to 5, start breathing again. Imagine a couple. They can be anything, men or women. They are naked. They're making love. You can feel the heat of their bodies. It's warm in your cheeks. Hold your breath. Count to 3. Start breathing again. Hold your breath. Count to 10. Start breathing again. Release your fists. Put your hands on your head. Take a deep breath. Now touch your knees with your palms. Now open your eyes. So that's the what the voice says. During the game it says keep your eyes closed. And then at the end of the game, the text says, don't worry, I planted a seed in your head. Tonight it'll grow into a terrifying nightmare. Then you'll have your jump scare out of your bed. Good night. So yes, that's the transcript of the entire game, which is interesting. So we have a potential theory here for the missing words in the description of the game. So I'll go through that now and fill those in to show you that they fit. This is only a theory from someone called Danny, in the Discord, I assume. But yeah, so this is only a guess as what it could be. But we'll go through and see if any of this works. So this is a horror, don't know what those are. Please make sure that the patient is wearing a pair of headphones in order to track the results. Track makes sense there. Yeah, track makes sense, or something like track, record, or something like that. Record doesn't fit, but you know what I mean. So some sort of synonym for track could also fit there. Any patient showing signs of something we don't know must be cleared out after the 46776 treatment. Do not make use of the term horror in, at, on, by, of. So term horror presumably fits. I'll be aiming it in to show you, but my guess is it fits if it's here. And then in, at, on, by, of, so that just could be any two-letter word that really makes sense. So do not make use of the term horror in, at, on, by, of 467767 if the patient has been previously tested in the lab, which could potentially work. So only one test, because if they do the test once, they're going to know what it is, right? They're going to know, oh, you're going to get a jump scare at the end, ha ha ha. So they know what it is, right? So doing it again seems kind of counterintuitive. So doing it once gets them in the mindset, hey, we're testing you. And that's fine. That's a bit spooky and it's good. So I think that one makes sense to me. So previously tested in a lab, or if she is in a sexual relationship with other roommates, which makes sense. Also, as you'll see, sex is a big part of UD's games and theme. So while that one had that on here, it actually has a question mark saying, is this right? My assumption is yes, it most likely is right, considering the role sex plays in these games. And especially the main character, we haven't even found the main character yet, but the games do present us with a sort of main character, a protagonist of sorts. And she is a very sexual being. So I think that is probably most likely correct. During the treatment period, always refer to the term horror as explained in the attachment 467767-1B. Remember, the most important thing is something. This guy's wrote retain. The most important thing is retain of the treatment. Doesn't make sense, but my assumption is what he's saying is some sort of synonym for retain could fit there. And remember, the most important thing is some synonym for retain could work there as well. That makes sense. So remember, the most important thing is something of the treatment 467767 is the patient's unawareness. Now we have this guy's filled in Dr. Edward Alistair. I don't know if we'll come across it because this theory has pretty much been debunked. Dr. Edward Alistair was at some point a name we toyed with as being a part of this UD thing. So the fact that we've put Edward Alistair and it fits there is interesting. Now, the assumption that name for the gaps is Edward Alistair is wrong. The theory is not confirmed. Doesn't mean it's wrong, it is just a theory. But Edward Alistair does fit, and it's a name that has come up in other games from what I remember. We may see it because basically the community has said, hey, no, this is wrong. This guy doesn't matter. So they've basically debunked it and they've just chucked him out the window. From what I've noticed, from when I was around trying to help out. In a sense, I was kind of just there watching people figure stuff out when people were still trying to figure stuff out. They still kind of are, but just at a much slower pace because UD isn't helping very much. But I digress. So Dr. Edward Alistair is a potential fit into that gap, but essentially it's been debunked. So I don't know if that will come up again. But if it does, just keep that name in mind. So the Tablecloth Punt, who is one of the biggest contributors to the UD universe, story-wise, it's clearly a reference to the Doctor in R167, referring to Room 167, which we'll get to soon. And if the pic was generated by the face-generating program, I guess, I don't think that's Alistair at all. That was a stretch I thought we already got rid of, is what Tablecloth Punt says. So, yeah, Dr. Edward Alistair was a sort of a stretch in the first place. I don't actually know where he fits in. I don't know where that assumption came from or his name came from, but it does fit. And I think it's interesting to note that Edward Alistair does, in fact, fit into the gaps in this game, which is interesting. Anyway, that's all we have on this game. I will play you the audio once I show you one last thing. I always say that. One last thing. There's a t-shirt for this game, and it looks like such. You can put in lovely different colours or materials. I'm going to show you the lovely purple one because I love the purple one. But yeah, no, this is the shirt that you can get. Yeah, so this is the shirt you can get. The purple one's $13. While the shirt's either $13 or $14. You can go buy one if you want, but this is the Hypno-467767 design for the t-shirt. I think that's all there is. I mean, you can get tank tops, long-sleeve t-shirts, baseball t-shirts, crew neck sweatshirt, hoodies, kids hoodies, onesies, phone cases, laptop cases, stickers, wall art, notebook, and mugs that all have the Hypno-46776767 logo. That was very bad, I'm sorry. But yeah, this game has basically all the apparel options and all the sort of other options like stickers, laptop cases and stuff. Hypno-467767 does have options for those. So it's just important to note the apparel store does have Hypno-467767. Really a mouthful to say. But yeah, the apparel store does have apparel and items that involve this game or that are about this game. So that's important to note. I will leave you with the audio for the game. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. We'll look at the painful box next week.
Close your eyes. Shut your mouth. Listen to the sound of my voice. I'm here with you. Clench your fists. Hold your breath. Count to 5. Start breathing again. Imagine a couple. They can be anything. Men or women. They're naked. They're making love. Feel the heat of their bodies. It's warming your cheeks. Hold your breath. Count to 3. Start breathing again. Hold your breath. Count to 10. Start breathing again. Release your fists. Put your hands on your head. Take a deep breath. Now touch your knees with your palms. Open your eyes.